What's up, everybody? It's Soren Baker.
Amir Rahimi.
And today on The Great Debaters, we're taking it to TDE and J-Rock. Get ready, y'all. The Great Debaters. Alright, everybody. So today on The Great Debaters, we're bringing it home here to Southern California. We're talking about J-Rock, the TDE, I guess, flagship artist and pioneer, if you want to get technical and accurate with it. And he launched it all with the Follow Me Home album. And this album, I remember meeting J-Rock and Top when they were on Warner Brothers and getting this deal going, and then obviously it didn't come out for a while. They ended up putting it out on Strange Music. And I remember J-Rock, Watts had obviously had Cam, one of my favorite artists that people don't talk about enough. So I was excited to see what was going to be coming from Watts, because despite Cam and Glasses Malone and a couple other people that were really talented, didn't hear as much of that as we did from other cities in Southern California.
Yeah. And
I must say, with Code Red and Bout That to kick off the album, I was just like, man, it was exciting because I had heard a way earlier version of the album. It was going to come out on Warner Brothers, and I hadn't heard it, the album, in a long time by the time it ended up starting to come out. So it was pretty cool, and I was just glad that those two songs kicked off the album so strongly and really showed that J-Rock was a force. And I was glad to see that Strange Music had branched out and signed an artist from outside the Midwest. And I liked a lot of the, the production, and you could tell, at least to me, J-Rock's hunger and his desire to show that he could be, a top-tier artist.
Sure.
What'd you think of the project?
I thought it was good. I really liked Strange Music's input with Tech Nine and Chris Calico on the song "Killer Be Killed" with J-Rock. Tech Nine goes in. Tech Nine
does. That's what he does.
That's exactly what he does. J-Rock does well. Love the beat on that. I also love Hood Gon' Love It with Kendrick. The little video and Watts was dope too. And you see they're just so young. This is when they're really hungry and not even super known yet. And J-Rock was the artist that was supposed to put them on.
Right.
And I especially really like the song that was, I believe, the first single that came out even way before the album, which was Lil Wayne.
All My Life?
Yeah, that one's great, All My Life in the Ghetto. And I really, for some reason, a lot of these songs sound like, I feel like I heard these on ringtones for some reason when I was growing up. I feel like someone had that as a ringtone. And ironically enough, with Strange Music, back in the day, they always had ringtone codes where you can text and get that ringtone. So I'm sure I've heard it. But that song especially was one that it might be my favorite, if not definitely top 3 off the album. I thought that was a great song.
And what did you think of him as an artist, kind of what was going on around that time? Did you think this album, or J-Rock in particular, were super noteworthy? Did you think that he was gonna have a long career? Because Strange obviously had established itself as an independent powerhouse at this time.
Off this album, no.
Okay.
I thought this was a good intro. I thought that one was a little too long, but I thought it was a good intro to him. And also some of the production, I wasn't super fond of. It kind of sounded like a little Dr. Dre inspired, but not Dr. Dre level. I mean, but it's too hard to get to that level. Yeah. But that's what I kind of thought about that. But J-Rock with his second album, 90059, he kind of goes a different way, and that's when Top Dog was really established.
Funny you mentioned that, Amir. Let's get right into it. So with the second album, obviously at this point, the label had become, they weren't with Strange anymore, and TDE had established itself as a powerhouse. Obviously largely through Kendrick, but then also Schoolboy Q, of course. So for you, knowing J-Rock's history and then him coming back with this as his second album, what do you remember thinking of the vibe or the setup for the project?
I saw a lot more different Strange Music artists on here. We had the Absol, Kendrick. We even had Isaiah Rashad, Schoolboy, SZA. We had basically the whole TDE artists, exactly. We even had Busta Rhymes on here, not TDE. But I didn't really know what to think of it because I hadn't heard J-Rock in a while on a solo project.
Okay.
I really enjoyed this album. It was, see, one thing that I thought was a little bit of a flaw with Follow Me Home was the length of it. There was so many songs on it.
This is much shorter.
This was much shorter. I believe it's 11 tracks. And it kind of got straight to the point. There were some great just vibe songs. For example, Gumbo. Oh man, that song is just so smooth, man. So smooth. That chorus is just incredibly good. And
of course, there's the Vice City with Black Hippie. So for you, we often talk about collaborative songs, and then Black Hippie, of course, is the collaborative project that a lot of people would like to see. What do you think on Vice City makes this collaborative crew so potent?
I like how they're experimental on it. They all kind of stuck with the theme of having a somewhat switched up flow, a very interesting flow that they don't really have on many other tracks, but they all stuck with it and they all put their own little twists on it, and I thought that was great. I thought Schoolboy Q had the hilarious "Philosophers, you weird homie" line, which was like so funny. I thought they all did great, and I like how J-Rock starts it off, or Kendrick starts it off with his little chorus, and J-Rock comes in little like a couple little stanzas here and there. The video is phenomenal. That song, I think if that's how they can collab like on an album, I would want that ASAP. Like so fast. No, that's a very great song.
And what do you think of the title track? Because I like that one a lot.
90059. Oh yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one. And for some reason, when you said that, that reminds me of the first song of the album, Necessary, because the way they started off, where they're saying 90059, it reminds me of a little Bone Thugs inspired flow. Just for like the first 20 seconds of the song though. Gotcha. But another, like when I was talking about Gumbo, another just such a smooth, great vibe song would be Telegram Going Crazy. I thought that just like put me in the mood to have, you know, it'd be nighttime in the car driving. That was just like a great one, man.
Okay. And now we get to 2018 with Redemption. Yes. So this is J-Rock's third album. What did you make of the title and kind of where J-Rock was as this album was getting ready for release?
I thought it was interesting with the title, and I know a lot of it has to do with, you know, the motorcycle accident that he obviously had a huge impact on his life, and we're so happy that, you know, he made it through. And it as a listener and as a fan, you see how much that impacted him with the videos that they released, the Road to Redemption videos that Top Dog released prior, and talking about the accident. It really sheds light on also the song Redemption, the titles track with SZA, and he's talking about all that and some mistakes he's made. And I thought it played well into the album, and the theme was somewhat consistent on it. I thought the intro track, The Bloodiest, was just ferocious ass flow. J-Rock is just going freaking in on this one. I love that beat, dude. Oh my god, and the way he goes in. One little thing that I noticed about this, I was a little upset about. Maybe you can chime in on this one. King's Dead, which was originally part of the Black Panther soundtrack. I wasn't a fan of the inclusion of this song. Reason being because it was already on Black Panther soundtrack. It was a single, and on this version they just excluded Kendrick's last verse. And I'm like, that verse was amazing. So are you going to exclude that? That I had a slight problem with.
Yeah, I always wonder why, because I see the pros and cons of making the song different in the sense of making it different so you're not getting the same experience. But then when you take off something that I would imagine most people thoroughly enjoyed, which is a Kendrick verse, I don't see the benefit of that. So I wonder if there was some legal or contractual reason they did that, which maybe not. I've always wondered about that because I know some producers and artists have told me if the song is out before, they don't like including it. I know things have evolved with how music is released differently than it was, you know, even 5 years ago. But I know from back in the day, if there was a song that was big, that was on the soundtrack, or that had just been released as a single for some reason, that a lot of producers and artists didn't want it included on their albums because they thought, oh, well, people know that song. Yeah. I want this to be all new music or an all new experience. I thought that flowed well into the project though for Redemption, so I didn't, other than not having it the same version, I thought I liked it because I liked it from the Black Panther soundtrack.
Well composed soundtrack. And to even talk about other songs on the album, E.S. Tales, I really like how it sounds kind of like a video game kind of beat. The music video actually plays well in that with the effects that they use on it. Mm-hmm. That was just freaking awesome. And talking about, you know, Watts and the East Side, LA, I thought that was exceptional. And how can we not talk about Win, the concluding song to the album, the single. That song, I'm planning on going to some Lakers games this season, and if I don't hear that,
I'll be disappointed.
I'll be disappointed. I mean, hopefully we win, obviously, but if I don't hear that after we win, I'm gonna be a little upset because that's a definite song that I can expect to hear in a stadium or an arena or somewhere that has a lot of people.
I can hear that.
I can totally hear that. And that beat was just like triumphant, amazing. I love it.
All right.
That's a great one.
Well, there it is, y'all. So now we've gone through the 3 projects from J-Rock. We're going to get into our decision as to what's the best album. So, Amir, for you, which of these 3 albums is the best and why?
90059, the second album, is my favorite. I like how it's short and straight to the point. J-Rock has some aggressive vibes on there. He has the posse cut with Black Hippie. He has the more smoothed out jams, which I was talking about, with Telegram and Gumbo. I really like the song Easy Bake with Kendrick and SZA as well, how the beat switches in the middle. I wasn't super fond of, let's say, Fly on the Wall with Busta Rhymes, although I wish I was a little more fond of it, but I don't really have any throwaways on that. Oh, and Money Tree's Deuce, although it doesn't feature Kendrick, I really like that song as well. So I'm going 90059, although I do like all albums.
I like them all too, and this one is a difficult decision for me, and I kind of almost want to abstain my vote because there's different things about the projects that I think each one brings something different that I think is better than how they do it on the different albums. But that being said, I think I'm going to go with Follow Me Home just because I feel as though while this is present through all 3 albums, I think that J-Rock's passion and ferocity, I think, is more focused on Follow Me Home, even though it's the longest and even though it does vary a little bit as far as the type of songs. I just think it's, one, because it's longer, I think it gives him more room to be more well-rounded, and I thought that when the albums were shorter, I thought the laid backness on some of the songs, I thought the Follow Me Home, when he veered off in those different directions, I thought was better, maybe because of his hunger or his focus or just coming out as a artist for the first time. I don't know why, but that just resonates with me more. But that's me. That's what Amir says. What do you guys think? Make sure to hit us in the comments section and like, subscribe, and share. Unique Access, Rappin' And Snackin'. It's the Great Debaters. I'm Soren Baker.
Amir Rahimi.
Hit us up, y'all. Let us know what you think.
In the beginning, hip-hop was ruled by the East Coast. Then the West Coast rose to prominence, thanks to gangster rap.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube.
Hip-hop changed the world. Gangster rap changed the narrative.
I'm representing for the gangsters all across the world.
And then changed the world again.
Cause I'll come and take your life away.
The history of gangster rap features unheard stories, unseen photos and documents, all with exclusive interviews from the founders and players who shaped gangster rap.
I think a real gangster rapper has to scare you a little bit.
The history of gangster rap, written by veteran rap journalist Soren Baker. In stores October 2nd, 2018.
Yo, what up? This is DJ Quick. Be sure to pick up my homeboy Soren Baker's book, The History of Gangster Rap, if you really want to know what we do.